Hello, I'm Bia Hamid, Director of STEM Outreach for Eastern Michigan University. And today we're here to honor Manufacturing Day. For Manufacturing Day, I am hosting a panel discussion entitled Women Belong. Manufacturing Day is a national celebration of modern manufacturing. And we would be remiss if we did not talk about the impact women have on industry. In the U.S. today, less than 20% of college degrees in engineering are earned by women. And of that, only 3% are earned by women of color. In general, women earn the majority of college degrees as well as make most of their decisions for their household. Because of this, we feel it's necessary to build more pathways to STEM education for girls. Today, I have women representing majors related to manufacturing. Let's take a minute and have them introduce themselves. Can you please tell me your name, where you're from, and what your major is?
My name is Samantha Ksima. My major is mechanical engineering, and I'm from Uganda in Africa.
My name is Morgan Iverson. I'm from Gwinnett County, Georgia, and I'm majoring in computer science.
My name is Megan Mosley. I'm majoring in mechanical engineering, and I'm from Roseville, Michigan.
My name is Gabrielle Williams. I am Canadian American, but I've grown up in the Metro Detroit area for most of my life, and I am majoring in mechanical engineering.
So tell me, why did you choose the major that you're in right now, and what sparked that interest in the major that you're in right now?
For mechanical engineering, I've always loved math. I pretty much did good in math my whole life. Whenever it was an exam or a test, it's always math that was my best subject. So I want to say I had a feeling that I wanted to go into a major that has a lot of math. And I was just curious for a while, but I knew that I belonged in the math field. And mechanical engineering just did it for me because it's a lot of things to solve. I like a challenge, and I would say that's why I went into mechanical engineering, because of the challenge it brings forward. And yeah.
I was a student athlete and throughout high school, elementary school, and I'm kind of like Samantha. I was just great at math, great at science, and those were my favorite classes. And one of my track coaches actually encouraged me to take an AP computer science course at my high school. And prior to that, I was like every other athlete. I was going to do exercise science or be a coach. And I was even hesitant about that. But after taking a computer science course and getting to make stuff work, solving problems, that definitely drove me to come and study computer science.
Well, mechanical engineering was not always my first choice. I wanted to be a vet, but then I switched over to mechanical engineering because when I was little, I used to play with Legos, I used to play with Lincoln Logs. I was very hands-on, building different parts, houses, and all of the above. And then in high school, there was this program that was more so based around engineering that I became a part of, and that really truly sparked my interest of wanting to further pursue mechanical engineering. So I think that's where it sparked it the most.
So for me, what inspired me to go into mechanical engineering, just thinking about being younger, I always had a passion for understanding the way things worked. And then being in my classes, I always just had a minimum exposure to my science and math classes. And I always was just like wanting to know more, wanting to learn more, and just really pursue that. So when it was time for me to graduate and I was determining my major, I just remember researching online, what are good majors for people who love math and love science, and engineering was one of those. So I decided to pursue it, and I've just been at it since.
So we all know that in STEM majors, women are very few and far apart in the classroom. So let's talk about how you handled your classroom experiences. Samantha?
For me, most people would think it's intimidating, but as I say, I like a challenge. So I really, for most of my classes, even right now, the only girl and my other engineering class were like only 2 girls. That's the most so far in my classes. I like the challenge because I feel like a lot of men think we can't do it or they invalidate our thinking. So I really like setting up to a challenge and showing that I can do it. And for like my math classes, I was the only girl, but I was the best in the class. So it's a really fulfilling thing when you come out on top of the people who thought they were better than you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Morgan?
I was definitely surprised that of the numbers, kind of how she said, I would be maybe one of 3 or 4 girls and like one of 2 Black girls in a classroom. So, and similarly, like I love walking in dressed cute and there are all these guys wearing the same thing. And I love getting things right, leading my teams. I've had to lead 2 of my group projects that were majority men just because of the layout of the classroom. And I love being able to take the lead and kind of show off a little bit what I can do. And because sometimes they don't contribute as much as they should. So.
Very cool. Megan?
With my personal experience, to me, it honestly was a little intimidating at first. Like walking in first class of engineering and seeing a bunch of guys, maybe one other girl, it's like, whoa, this is different. But the more I do it, the more comfortable I get with it. And then I speak my mind more because I'm more comfortable with it. And then it's just an empowering overall. And I'm so happy that I can do it and hopefully show other females that they can do it too.
Excellent. Gabrielle?
So I would say my experience is similar to Megan's. When I initially started, I was very intimidated. I felt like an outcast, especially because not only was I one of the only girls, I was one of the only girls of color as well. So it was very intimidating for me. As a senior now, I realized that maybe that intimidation factor was a little unnecessary because I offer a different perspective. I think differently than what majority of men would. So I have something else to offer that has actually helped me to be able to be successful in my major. So
Very cool. So tell me, what advice would you give your younger self?
I would say you can do it for the most part because coming into engineering, I was not the most confident. I'm still working on that, but I keep thinking that, do I actually belong here? So I would tell myself to stop invalidating myself and believe that I do belong where I am and that I can make it. So, yeah.
Wow, that's great. Morgan?
I would definitely tell myself to get involved faster. Get involved with organizations like Women in Computer Science, Society of Women Engineers, places where you have that community and you go in a room and there are a bunch of girls who know exactly what you're going through, being one of 2, one of 3 every day in a classroom. Take advantage of their knowledge, share your knowledge, just create this and be involved in this really awesome community to help with that imposter syndrome and intimidation factor. Because there's at least probably 30 other girls on your campus doing the exact same thing.
You're absolutely right. Megan?
Yeah, I thought about this question and it was actually a little bit more difficult because I didn't know it. I wanted to tell my younger self. But now thinking about it, I would tell them, you can do it. Like, you can do it. You have to believe in yourself and fight for what you believe in. And us women got to stick together. So that's all. Like, you can do it. Like, take your time with it.
Very good. Gabrielle?
Yeah, my advice to my younger self. So, you have that interest in math and science, and you should pursue it regardless of any fears that you may have. And the journey might not be easy. I think people think just because they're good at math and science, they're automatically going to be good at engineering. And when you get into engineering and you realize, okay, this is applied science, I have to apply this, it's not going to be easy. It's new concepts, new ideas that you really have to grasp, and you have to work for it. So I would think, don't be scared, but also if you fail, it's okay. Just keep trying, and you'll get it.
Excellent. So we hope that you walk away today remembering these little lessons that these 4 women have shared with you. Believe in yourself, find comfort in your friends, don't give up, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you have this attitude going forward, you definitely can be a woman of STEM. Thank you for joining us today.
Welcome to Sill Hall, home of the Game Above College of Engineering and Technology. Built in 1965, this building had not undergone any significant improvements in more than 50 years. That all changed in 2019 when we began extensive renovations to create modern, expansive spaces for teaching and research, which were key to meeting our statewide and national demand for science, technology, engineering, and math professionals. We have renovated all 92,000 square feet of our building, including our labs, lecture halls, student common areas, and faculty offices. We have created larger, more modern spaces, maker spaces, for the hands-on lab work and research that our programs require, such as manufacturing, casting and welding, robotics, virtual reality, 3D printing, construction management, and automotive. And we've added more than 16,000 square feet to create lab and classroom space and collaborative learning areas for students, including flexible lab space that allows the college to meet the changing needs and interests of our students and our industry partners. The state of Michigan needs more than 12,000 engineers each year, but the universities in our state only produce about 6,000 graduates in engineering fields annually. Thanks to our new and expanded programs, the Game Above College of Engineering and Technology expects to grow by 75% over the next 10 to 15 years, from 2,000 students to nearly 3,500 students. And although most students come from Michigan, these program areas draw students from around the world. We are also intent upon attracting more women into STEM fields, as only 24% of STEM jobs are held by women.
I did my bachelor's in architecture back in India. I worked as a junior architect for about 2 years, and that's when I decided I need to do my master's. The newly renovated labs have really benefited me and my education. I think with the technology and the feel of the entire building, it just helps you, getting practical knowledge is what is important in your field. Here, I feel in every class, we are together and everyone's really supportive. We always have the comfort level that, we can discuss things with other students. Eastern has always been really open to all international students. It's really nice. Like, they take that extra step of effort to make us feel comfortable in a really different environment. It's been my second home. It's really comforting to still be here and still have people love you and encourage you towards your goals.
I couldn't be more excited about what the future holds for us, because our students will now have the space and the tools to go with their talent, enabling them to make great things happen. Graduates of the Game Above College of Engineering and Technology will be leaders in many areas: engineering, construction, interior design, cybersecurity, aviation, as well as many others. They have a bright future with many technological advances where they will be designing and using self-driving cars, unmanned aerial vehicles, advanced robots, and many applications of artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things in a safe and joyful environment.